What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Eagles Brawl Pregame Live Show, powered by Fanatics, Manscaped, and DraftKings. Thank you all for tuning in. Co-host Connor Miles here with my co-host Tyler Steggy, as always. The host of Philly Sports with Giovanni Hamilton is here, and also our Eagles Brawl writer, the funniest comment section poster in Eagles Brawl history. Dakota is in the house. What is up, everybody? How are we feeling today with Jalen Hurts' first career start versus New Orleans? How are we feeling, guys? Let's go. Where's the hype? Where we go? Right. Jalen Hurts' first start, guys.
I'm excited to see him. But definitely, I feel that it was kind of unfair to take Carson out, but I'm really excited to see this kid start. It's his first NFL start, and I think that we'll be seeing a lot from his legs this game.
Ooh.
He's going to have to use his legs, right?
Yeah, he's going to have to for sure.
Yeah, this defense of the Saints is pretty nuts. We talked about a pre-show, Cam Jordan against this offensive line. That'll be a pretty intriguing matchup. But I do think a lot of talk is against for Jalen Hurts against this defense. But I'm just as excited to watch this Eagles defense against Taysom Hill. I think they're going to have some opportunities against him.
I'm excited too. I think they can get a lot of turnovers on Taysom Hill. Dakota, first time on the show, man. How you feeling, buddy? Let us know.
To be honest, I am completely nervous. Like with the Saints defense, Cam Jordan, I'm afraid. I think Driscoll's starting at right tackle today, right?
Yep, I think so.
All right, so that's a little bit better. And then I'll be honest, I hate to say this. I'm glad Peters is out. I can't believe how quick he ran off when Hurts got in, but thank you for finally being a team player this year. I think him being off is going to definitely help. I'm excited for Jalen. I know last week him throwing that 9-ball to Rager, that was beautiful. Hopefully we get to see some more of that because it's time for Rager to explode. I'm tired of hearing Justin Jefferson talk. I know he's great. I think Rager's going to be great. It's time for him to show out for us.
Ooh, okay, Dakota. Brought the heat to the show. I completely agree. I'd love to see some Rager bombs with Hurts. That's the one thing that I did take out of my conversation with Monte Rager this week was that he thinks Jalen Hurts and Jalen Rager have great chemistry and that they were practicing so much in Houston that there's going to be a connection they automatically pick up there. You saw that pass in Green Bay. I wouldn't be surprised. Jalen Hurts trusts his wide receivers, and that's one thing that I think is difference between him and Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz trusts the tight ends. And speaking of tight ends,
bro, get this guy out of here, bro.
Let's get
this guy out of here, dude. Like, we're tired of this. Is a regular thing. Consistently late, brother. What's happening?
Oh man, don't put him out there like that.
We scheduled this around you, bro.
What'd you say?
How are you, dude? Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Ready for that Zach Ertz game?
Yeah.
Let's hope for something.
I'm hoping Jalen Hurts comes out and just goes, trust his guys and starts throwing the ball crazy. That's what we were talking about before you entered the show, my friend.
Yeah, a little bit of running, a little bit of everything.
That's what seems like. Everybody seems like it's always going to be about the running. Everybody's talking about running. I saw somebody even comment on here already. They think it's going to be a Cam Newton type game, which makes complete sense.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely see. But I mean, I need to see some passing. I need to see some taking risks. I need to see some going crazy. I mean, ever since Carson Wentz was told to dial it back and stop playing the hero ball and he started playing safe to Doug Peterson's system, he looked awful. I want to see some great action today. I want to see Jalen Hurts go off. Everybody's talking about – here's the one thing that I saw about 97.5 that I thought was ridiculous. They ran a poll saying, do we want to see Jalen Hurts do bad? Is that what we want? And a lot of people are saying, yeah, we want to see Jalen Hurts do bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would I want anybody on the Eagles to do bad? Why would I want this young kid coming out of college, 22 years old, to do bad? I'm going to openly root for Jalen Hurts, the feel-good underdog story, to do bad? No, man. Whatever's best for the Eagles is best for me. And if Jalen Hurts is what's best for the Eagles, then so be it. But just because they bench Carson Wentz, I'm not going to go out there and openly root a campaign against the guy. Sorry about that. That's not me.
You're a weird human being if you're hoping somebody fails in their first career start.
Sir. Yes, sir. It's a Hurts game.
This man in his
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah, so the story behind this shirt though is my girlfriend's dad got over. He says, "I think you're gonna need this soon."
And like 2 weeks later, it happened, huh?
And literally like 2 or 3 weeks later, Carson Wentz dispensed for Jalen Hurts, and I was like, "Oh no!" Now I have to face this, like the truth of this. Like he was trolling me, but now it's actually became true.
You'd ask him what the winning lotto numbers are going to be next year.
So yeah, for real. So we were talking about, actually, it's funny that it's like this dude's like watching our group chat or something. We were talking about we're playing the Eagles defense in DraftKings today because 2,200, first of all. So I'll just tell you guys right now, that's my DraftKings play of the game is the Eagles defense against Taysom Hill. It's not like this defense has played bad the last 2 weeks. It's this offense has been horrible and giving them nothing to work with. I think this defense has played winnable football at least the last 2 weeks. I know that the emphasis has been on Darius Slay getting destroyed by elite wide receivers like DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams, but I think this defense, if they play the way they had the last couple of weeks against Taysom Hill, I like our chances for that defense to really pop off today. I think they could really do good in DraftKings at least.
Holds the ball long. This defense gets after it. I think that the biggest, obviously, is Kamara. You got to just contain Kamara, stop the run game, and then we talk about it. Every week, just make the defense one-dimensional, and then you have Slay to be able to match up with Mike Thomas, which is the Eagles haven't had in the past to be able to match up. So, I don't think Taysom Hill is going to have this huge explosion game. I'm
not worried about Taysom Hill throwing the ball. I'm sorry that I don't know what the stigma is. I know Eagles defense always has that one odd performance against really bad quarterback play. Like they always seem to play down to bad quarterback play. But I don't think it's going to happen with Taysom Hill. He looks awful. I think the guy looks like a gimmick quarterback, like he is. Nothing has he done this season so far has made me think that they should not roll with Jameis Winston. So I'm not worried.
And I think the Eagles as a whole are just kind of pissed off. The season has obviously went the entire wrong way. But with the QB change, you would at least think they have some type of motivation to play for. It's not as if the season's just completely given up. And it's a home game. I like the matchup. I don't think that this is going to be a blowout by any means.
I'm playing Miles Sanders this week because I think they're actually going to use him more.
Same.
I definitely think that this is the week where we come out and we're completely frustrated and we're like, why the heck is Miles Sanders finally being used now? Because I definitely think the shift. Here's the thing where I think we're going to notice with Doug Peterson that's going to make everybody mad. Everybody's going to go on social media and complain right away is when he switches quarterbacks, he dumbs everything down. They hold Carson Wentz to such a high standard, such a high pedestal in that organization that Doug even abides by it too. When you put the backup in, he simplifies everything, and he suits his offense around the backup. I think he's going to come in and say, Jalen is a rookie. He should have low expectations. I'm going to go ahead and aid my quarterback like I should have been weeks prior instead of just believing that he's just elite talent, that he's going to figure it out. So
how annoying is it going to be? How annoying? Because it seems inevitable that like it is.
I'm not getting on. I will literally go on Twitter during the game and tweet out my thoughts, but I will not read the timeline. I will not read the timeline because I know how annoying everybody's going to be, and I fully understand why they're going to be that way.
No matter what, everybody's searching for answers. We talked about it on the post game show with Meanie. Like, don't. I know we want to like figure out like was Carson Wentz the issue, and so like if
I agree with that though, I agree with that for sure because Jalen Hurts trust wide receivers is a little different.
Absolutely, yeah, and I do think he should have something with Rager. He should have something with Rager. I do think Rager has a nice game today because he shouldn't get the attention from Lattimore either. But just there is going to be an inevitable overreaction, and no matter what, if you thought Carson Wentz was the issue, those people are going to see Hurts as the answer. If you think Doug Peterson is an issue, then you're going to think that no matter what, Hurts isn't probably going to be able to thrive. So I'm just not looking forward to the overreactions.
I'm so tired of Alshon. If this is the week where you're going to bench Carson Wentz and you're going to put Jason Peters on IR, this better be the week you give Alshon minimal snaps, 2 at the most. I want to see Travis Fulgham. I want to see Travis Fulgham again. There you go, Giovanni. Let's go, baby.
They
Talk
need
about
to.
it, man. Preach on it. Preach on it.
They-
You were the one who was telling us, Giovanni. Go ahead, preach on it, bud. What do you want to see this week from the offense?
We need some Fulgham in our life again. I mean, when he was in our offense, we were starting to get in a rhythm. But then, as you notice, when we put in Alshon Jeffrey, he just starts doing nothing and starts dropping balls. And I think we just need to bench Alshon and put in Fulgham.
I don't think it's like out of the realm of possibility to think that Alshon thinks we're a joke. Like, I don't like the way he acts. He just seems like he doesn't care. And then like when Jalen gets in, he acts like he tries a little bit harder, and then he smiles when that push off versus Green Bay made me mad. 'Cause then he's just smiling. He's like,
He was literally laughing at it.
that's what I'm so like. I think the dude's a double agent. Like, get Fulgham on the field, man. Forget the past.
That's what
He's
happens when Brandon Marshall's your mentor when you're a young wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest, like, we just got to think big picture. You got to look at Fulgham because you need to know whether or not he's in the future of the wide receiver plans. Like, we know Alshon's not. So we need to – this is like a 4-game – because we saw a 4-game stretch where he dominated. Now we need to see the end of the 4 games of this season. You need to be able to put something consistently together, or the Eagles may go wide receiver again in the first round.
This is a Giovanni question for sure. And I don't know if you want to announce what you got planned or you want to keep it a surprise, but I'm going to let you take it away, my man. The question on the screen, what do you think, buddy?
Singleton is like the guy this season for our defense. He always comes in clutch. I'm so ready to see him. Yeah, I will announce it, Connor. I am later this week. I am going to be doing a thing for a school in North Dakota, and I'm going to be talking to kids about bullying and stuff. And Singleton is going to be on there with me.
Yeah, let's
There
go,
we go.
man. That's going to be hype. Let's go. Giovanni tackles bullying with Alex Singleton, the leading tackler of the Eagles defense last couple of weeks. Not only that, Alex Singleton's linebacker 1. So you're not only doing it with Nate, you're not doing it with Nate Gary or something like that. You're doing it with Alex Singleton, the linebacker 1. That thing's going to be awesome. I need to definitely see that. Look at this. I completely agree. Petition to make Gio the head coach for the final 4 games. Who says no? Who says no? Honestly, who says no? I would definitely take that. Oh, look at all the good Giovanni comments are rolling in. Let's go. Let's go.
Singleton's a
Yeah.
good example of the Fulgham thing. Like, just see what you got,
You're right.
right?
So
Like,
I even think at this time now, if Nate Gary's healthy and Jim Schwartz has a chance to go back to him, I don't think you would at this point. I think you would stick with Singleton now. I think you finally just made that decision. Singleton's your guy.
I hope so. I'm tired of him being so loyal to all these guys that can't produce.
Can't play. Yeah. Like if I see Avonte Maddox on the outside next year, I'm waving the white flag week 1.
Does anybody know why
I'm
we
going
love
to do.
cornerbacks
Like,
that are the size of Kevin Hart? I don't get it. For the outside, I just don't get it.
I like Avonte Maddox as a player. I think maybe as a free safety, per chance, maybe he has something in him. Maybe if he goes back into the slot next year, but outside, you can't do that again.
Yeah.
You can't try that again with him next year. No.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. All the comments are Giovanni. Let's go. Let's go. That tweet was amazing, though. I mean, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe. And then he answered it too. And I was like, oh, I got the chills. I was like, dang, man, Giovanni's gonna really be the future head coach of the Eagles. I can't wait till like this offseason happens and the Eagles have their end of the year meeting and all the players are going, I think we know who should replace Doug. Giovanni Hamilton.
Yep.
And they all go, we went on this kid's podcast and he sounds like he could lead us.
Yep.
Yo.
The Carson Whisperer.
Ooh. 30 for 30, the Carson Whisperer, Giovanni Hamilton.
And they haven't even seen my plays yet. I've been cooking up stuff, and they haven't even seen it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Giovanni did text me a couple months back, and he's like, "Do you think the Eagles should run 21 personnel more?" And I was like, "Oh man, They should hire you. I would give this guy a job. He's already scheming up better plays than in his playbook than Doug Peterson is. Anyways, let's get to this game, guys. Let's talk about some realistic expectations for Jalen Hurts. Like, what are they? What anybody want to take it away first? Giovanni, start it off. What's your realistic expectations for Jalen Hurts today?
I do think that after finishing last game, I think he will come out with some heat. I don't know if it'll be straight away, but I think he will get into a rhythm, and I think we will be able to take this win, hopefully. It all depends on how he starts off.
All right. Nick, what do you think, man? What do you want? What's a realistic expectation for Jalen Hurts today?
I mean, I don't have to put. I mean, the poor guy. I mean, could he be coming into a more? I mean, what they just got Sheldon Rankins back.
Oh, I'm sure the Saints are already to rock. I mean, Cam Jordan by himself. I don't know if Sheldon Rankins is back, but I think he is. I think
he is too.
I think he is. But Cam Jordan by himself, and then only that they have that Davenport guy who's been going off this year too. They have a good defensive line. They have a good defense. They're one of the best defenses in the league.
They have a special ability to cover like all three levels. They have someone special too, so that really sets them. I mean, of course, the first couple weeks everyone was like, "What's going on?" They kind of had that Dallas defense where like you got the players, but things aren't working out, right? Like the talent is there, especially like even in Dallas, we can all admit that there's talent there, but there's something with coaching or the scheme that's not working out. I think I have no expectations. I think he could have been thrown into a worse game to start, to be honest. So if he goes like 5 for 30 for like 20 yards, I'm gonna be like, let's give him another shot. So my expectations are slim because I want to be pleasantly surprised, but. You know, the Eagles do have a way of when they switch quarterbacks, they like get some extra juice for some reason, and I don't get it, but we'll see. I have no expectations. I mean, this is arguably the best defense in the league.
I completely agree, and I'm going to watch this game today. I'm not going to take much from it and condemn Jalen Hurts from how he looks today, just because of the situation and everything like that, but. Look at this guy's career. That's his whole entire career so far. At Bama, he wasn't thought much. He was a gimmick type quarterback there. Then he goes to Oklahoma out of nowhere in Lincoln Riley and lights it up after he's replacing 2 first overall picks in Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Now he comes into Philadelphia, and they don't even want him to start. Majority of the city doesn't even want him in there. They want Carson Wentz in there. Like, this is Jalen Hurts' career to a T. He's ready. If there is not a kid that you can pull out to start a quarterback right now that is prepared for the situation like Jalen Hurts is, in my opinion. But you have to be realistic at the same time. The Saints defense is number one. They also have Malcolm Jenkins on the other side, who probably knows Doug Peterson's playbook by the back of his hand.
That's not.
You have to take that into account. Yeah, it's not too difficult.
Even I know it like the back of my hand.
Oh man, I love it. Giovanni for OC because Doug needs a timeout. All right. I agree. I mean, Doug definitely needs more than a timeout. I don't think he needs to pack his bags. I agree with this comment. I think it's going to be hard for Hershey going up against a team with an offense that's going to run the same style of defense. Dakota, what do you think, man? What's your realistic expectations for Jalen Hurts?
The comment that said something about the Cam Newton type game, I could see that. I could see Hurts maybe throwing for maybe 130 yards. Maybe some garbage time yards, but this might be a game where he has more rushing than passing. I mean, I do feel bad for him. This is not the first game you want to start coming into the NFL, especially with an organization like this. It just doesn't have an identity right now. I feel bad for him. Hopefully, Doug goes back to 2017, watch some games, start games out with throwing some quick out routes and running up the middle instead of whatever it is that he likes to do now, throwing screens to Boston Scott, who just runs into receivers half the time. So we'll see.
I think that, yes, the situation is really bad, but when you factor in pressure, there is no pressure on Jalen Hurts. It's not as if this team, it's week 1 and there's these expectations to make the playoffs. I mean, just go in and just play for 4 weeks. And I think that's the best thing is he had a struggling quarterback playing before him. And so, again, as a fan base, they're just looking for answers. So all he has – I mean, just don't throw 5 interceptions. Like
Mm.
just go out and just play, man. Just show your mobility. And then obviously what's under like major scrutiny is like we're gonna be looking at like the accuracy and like can he get through progressions. But also if he does struggle and like Nick said, if he goes 5 for 30, the idea would be, well, this scheme freaking stinks. So I mean, we got to factor in all that, but I do think that it is nice that he's not expected. It is good to go with no expectations. Just see how it goes, and that's that. But having lack of pressure, not that Jalen Hurts would be affected by it because the guy's a baller. That's my favorite thing about him is his competitiveness and what he brings to it. It's very similar to Dak Prescott.
Imagine not liking him.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard not to like this guy. Like if honestly, let's just say he is to come in. I know we don't want to talk this way, but let's just say he is to come in here and he lights the world on fire and he does take Carson Wentz's job. I'm not gonna lie, at least it's him. I could stand behind Jalen Hurts, my franchise quarterback, if I have to, for sure. I could definitely get behind that wave. I love the swagger that he brings to this team.
He's somebody who can real life single-handedly change a locker room if he's successful.
Jalen Hurts has some pre-McNabb ACL to him. It's a pre-McNabb ACL to him, so I could definitely rock with him for sure.
I don't think the arm's there.
It's not the same as McNabb now. McNabb had definitely had a better arm, but it's good enough. You could definitely win with that arm in this league,
agree.
especially with that touch passing and the ball placement. But I want to see? Here's what I want to see, and I'm just going to say it real quick. Go out and go crazy with the offense. Go crazy with the RPOs. Get your wide receivers involved. Get your tight ends involved in the red zone. Get Miles Sanders as much touches as you possibly can on offense today. Let it rock. Let it rock. And if you lose, you lose. Obviously, who cares at this point? Like we said, we're 3-1. The season is a complete unknown right now. People are playing for their jobs. Let Jalen just go out there and get freaky with it.
That video, dude.
I love that, man. When you're and if everybody, I'm not sure everybody in this group chat or if everybody's watching is going to remember 2012 season, but this is exactly what that season is to me. And I said that multiple times on the podcast this week. It's just a funeral season. We're going to need to know if Doug Pearce is the future head coach of this team. We need to know if some of these starters need to be part of the future. They need to let go if it's time to rebuild. I need them to sit back and evaluate what they have. And playing Jalen Hurts at this time is the perfect way to do that. Playing Nate Herbig at this time is the perfect way to do that. Playing Travis Fulgham is the perfect way to do that. Playing Jalen Reagor, Greg Ward, all these guys, let it rock. I just want to see what they have in the unknowns right now, and we'll evaluate going further. But I also want to see Zach Ertz score a lot because that's my guy. That's my guy, man. Come on, man. Nick, I need to ask you this. And the reason why I'm asking this is because I want to see what you would react. Just say Zach starts putting these string of the last 4 games together very well, and he does well with Jalen Hurts. Can you imagine this town, what they're going to do? Can you imagine the media and what they're going to say about this?
It would be this team is so erratic and your emotions are so back and forth that I wouldn't be surprised if something weird like that actually happened.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
But I mean, look, I obviously everyone hates losing, every competitor hates losing, but you also hate when you're not getting the ball and you're losing. I mean that's a double-edged sword right to your stomach. So I know you would just like to, get involved and help where he can, and it would be fun to see him have fun out there. It doesn't seem like it's very fun for anyone.
Especially him.
And you get that. Like losing's not fun and all that, but I mean, it's been such a nightmare. But when I heard, you look at Jordan Mailata, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic story, and he's playing very well. He holds his own. Yet we were putting someone in there that's 38 years old for what? I mean, it's just this loyalty that everyone wants to scream, but at the same time, maybe I'm speaking a little too much, but it seems that we seem to be loyal to everyone. But when Zach wanted to show a little bit of loyalty, at a proper age, and I know there's that Malcolm discussion this week. Zach's 4.5 years younger, and he was kind of edging for the same thing. It's we're going to show loyalty to everyone except for Zach this offseason, which is fine. I get, like, you get the salary cap, you get all that, but at the same time, it's like they seem
Nah,
to just
man,
be
you could
so
tell the
back and
truth. It was
forth.
BS. I thought it was BS. I mean, I think everybody else in this party would agree. Your offense runs through Zach Ertz ever since you hired Doug Peterson, really. And the first year that it doesn't run through him, look at the disaster that it is. I think, and if anybody disagrees, that's fine. But they definitely did him dirty. I think they did him dirty. And I want to see him go on and be the Hall of Famer that I knew he could be. I mean, he's one of the best route running tight ends to ever play the game of football. It's interesting to see what happened with this team finally when Zach Ertz wasn't your number one target. When the offense didn't run through Zach Ertz, how it completely fell on its face.
He's going to go somewhere and ball the heck out. That's what's going to happen.
Oh,
It's
no.
gonna be one of
Giovanni's, when he becomes GM, is resigning Zach to a 5-year contract, he told me. He already told him that his people called his people already, so the details are getting ironed out when Giovanni's in there for Howie.
Zach told me that hopefully he would still be playing when I'm coach.
Hopefully.
I hope too, man. Because that's the number one thing that I want to say about the tight end situation is that I would like if they do move on from Doug, for the new head coach to decide that situation instead of how this season went, if Howie decides it. Because I don't know, man. I love 12 personnel. I love having a 2 tight end system. I think that's, if you have the wide receiver talent on the outside, at least one wide receiver that gains the attention of the number one corner, you could thrive with a 2 tight end offense. It's a mismatch advantage. The Eagles just never had the wide receiver talent to complement what they have in Goddard and Ertz. So I would let the new head coach decide and say, hey, can we mend this relationship real quick? Can we fix this? And we give Zach Ertz the money that he deserves for his loyalty, that if we're going to be loyal to Jason Peters after continuous lost seasons from him, why can't we be loyal to the guy that gives us? I mean, it's not even Zach's fault this season went bad. It's the whole entire offense's fault. It's the changing of the guards from what they wanted to be, from a 12 personnel offense, from a 12 personnel head coach, to this Rich Gangarello effect, this Press Taylor effect, this Money Morningwood effect, this wanting to shift to 11 personnel. This team just wasn't prepared for it, especially during COVID. And the head coach wasn't either, because he can't call plays out of anything but 12 personnel.
Speaking of, I'm gonna slap. I actually slapped the table in my NFL. I'm gonna slap the table on this. Speaking of, like, trying to figure out what we have. Like, I wasn't watching the game because I know you guys. I told you guys, like, after the first quarter, if it's going bad, like, I gotta get back to. I got studying to do, so I'm not gonna waste my time while also being sad and angry at the same time. But when I saw that punt return by Jalen Rieger, I didn't know he ran that fluidly, to be completely honest. I know it sounds weird, but you can tell, like, when people look like they're floating when they run, this guy legitimately looked like he was floating while he was running for his punt return for a touchdown. It's like, figure out, like, again, we have all these questions. Are they wide receiver 1? Are they a 2? Are they a 3? Are they a tight end 1? Are they a tight end 2? And if you need to find out those questions when you're 3-9-1, I think there's no better time to figure this stuff out. So I can't, but, like, oh my gosh, get the ball, give Jalen Rieger the ball as well. Like, in crossing route, just literally 2 yard in. Just let us see what the guy can do with the ball in his hands, because that punt return should have shown everyone that's pretty special.
Oh, I agree. Oh, you already know I agree.
I know.
I want to see. Not only that, scheme your receivers open. Scheme for your receivers. I mean, you put Jalen Rieger in the worst route concepts. The over the shoulder fades to Jalen Rieger in the NFL when he's adjusting to NFL type coverage, press coverage, and you're doing over shoulder fades to him. Like, Doug, you look like an idiot.
I mean, he wasn't drafted for that. Like, he wasn't drafted to do that anyway.
I just can't wait until they flip the script and they go completely back to what they did with Nick. I mean, again, the coaching's a little different now, so I don't know if it's going to be exactly like that. But Jeff Stoutland was here in 2013 when they had Nick Foles went off. Jeff Stoutland was here in 2017 when they readjusted their offense. If he can help Doug do that again, and they do that with Jalen Hurts, people are going to be mad because they're actually going to look like an exciting offense again. I'm just saying, man, because I don't think the best thing about the situation going against the Saints is the Saints really aren't completely sure what you're going to throw at them with Jalen Hurts as your starting quarterback. You still have that unknown. Dennis Allen still has that unknown in that defensive side of the ball. So we'll see, man. But I mean, I'm excited for at least the unknown. I'm not expecting huge amounts of success from this game, but just the unknown is at least the exciting part to it. All right,
It'd be nice to have an offense that's fun to watch and doesn't put you to sleep.
we need that. We need
I'm
that.
tired of going back and wanting to do homework during the games. Like, I want to watch the game. I don't want to be sitting here doing macroeconomics. Like, come on, Doug, do something.
Please.
Has
Please
there
do
been
something
one?
creative.
Has there been one Eagles game that we've actually been able to enjoy?
The
this
first
season?
half of the Washington game was fun.
Yeah. And can you just can we rewind to how all of us were feeling for that first?
Oh
hour and a
man,
half?
the offseason going into the season, and we're like, oh, they're gonna win the division because this whole entire division has
And like
new
the
head coach.
17-0 even came from like them looking like it didn't even seem
Wasn't
like
that
it was.
No.
Yeah, like it was just like,
It
oh,
was pretty
okay.
boring. It was pretty
Man,
conventional.
same. But even the
San Francisco. Oh, sorry.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I did it again. My fault.
That's all good. San Francisco was a little like because we're like, oh, come on, man, we're going neck to neck with Nick Mullins right now.
And that was the Fulgham come out game.
Yeah.
That was a Fulgham like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh was
it
pretty fun. I thought we
That
were going
was
to pull it out.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh was fun. The offense. That was like the first time I saw the offense actually come together and score like consecutively this season.
but
Was
that
in
was
Pittsburgh.
and that was a game where the defense just there was like not one
Oh, the
stop.
defense
They didn't force a
and they
punt.
They put Nate Gary on Chase Claypool at the end of the game. Yep. When your defensive coordinator trusts his guys more than he trusts his play calling.
I actually thought Wentz was coming out of the rut after that game. I was like, he's
I did
back.
too.
Walking was back. Shannon Sharp was going to go crazy. Didn't happen.
I did. Yeah, we actually had episodes saying we think Carson Wentz is back. That was it. That was it for us.
Was that like as clear as for everybody else? Like when Hurts came in, it just seemed like his feel in the pocket was just 30 times better than Carson was. Like immediately.
Yeah, I think that's a season full of taking the most quarterback hits in the
Right.
league and taking the most sacks because his pocket pressure. I mean, his pocket presence is completely destroyed. He had no presence whatsoever in the pocket.
That's probably my biggest worry moving forward for Carson. Is like
that.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
it's
offensive
hard.
line play can fix that. If he gets his good offensive line play back, but I mean, the fact that you need that for your quarterback though is not good. So you're right. Yeah, that's not something that you want to brag about or like be happy about. Like your quarterback needs to have. Because Russell Wilson, I mean, never has offensive line. His pocket presence is some of the best in the league. Like you need to be that to be an elite quarterback is have a superior pocket presence.
And he's not had a run game at all this year. And
No,
people look for
awful.
Right. People look for answers as far as like why Doug and Wentz have been so awful this year, and I think it's been that. I mean,
the usage of Miles Sanders this season is a fireable offense. The usage of the run game this year is a fireable offense.
It is.
Like, it is because it's a joke. It's a joke, and Nick's laughing because it's a complete joke. Like it's an absolute travesty to watch the usage of the run game this season. Like you have Miles Sanders on a rookie contract, fresh as legs, and you're just like, nah, bro.
It's messing with him too mentally. He can't catch a ball this year. Last year he's our best receiver. Now he looks like Nelson Aguilar 2.0 for the Eagles.
Do you guys think
get a running
Deuce
back
plays into that? Does Deuce play into it as much as we think?
The fact that nobody wants to blame him is ludicrous to me because like he's in charge of the running back rotation. So what are we not going to blame Deuce for something though? Like why is he absolved of everything?
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, he's in charge of that group as well. But it is Doug. It is definitely Doug because
I mean, at the end of the day, the head coach can say, "Hey, I want to get this guy the ball," and that's what should be happening, and it's not.
Right.
Like he's one of your best players.
Weird. It's weird to me. It's so weird to me that you just want to. Because how can you expect a young running back in his second year to find any type of rhythm being the lead running back? Because he wasn't lead running back last year. You did have Boston Scott and Jordan Howard to help spell him.
He was utilized more when they had a spell running back here than he is when he was considered a 3-down back. Again, just the disconnect and man.
Right. But
I get so angry thinking about it.
How do you expect a sophomore player in the NFL to get any type of rhythm, any type of confidence if you're not consistently using him? If you're telling him in the second half, dude, hold our Gatorade bottles. Like, Well, I don't understand it. I really don't get it. And that's why I say it's a fireable offense and why I've kind of been out on Doug Peterson since the Seattle game. Because I'm like, you have this talent and you're just not using it. So how can I back you? How can I back you if you're going to purposely play Jason Peters when his backups are playing better than him? How am I going to back you when you're going to purposely play Alshon Jeffrey when his backup is playing better than him and showing so much promise? He was going to be your first 1,000-yard wide receiver since Jeremy Maclin, and you just pissed it away. How am I going to back you when you're not using Miles Sanders, who's a superstar I don't want to say superstar, but he's a very good running back in the making at least. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So how can I go into this offseason and say an offensive coordinator is going to fix this when Doug Peterson purposely did not play his talent? How can I say that a new play caller is going to fix this if we just tell Doug to shut up and stand there when he purposely didn't play talent? Oh, and he benched your quarterback because he thinks it's his fault now. I don't understand how some people could think Doug can be back with just an offensive coordinator and that's going to fix it. I think Doug's days are done, man.
Quit with the oh, he won a Super Bowl. Like, okay, that's fine, but we can't keep saying we have to move on from that year, but then hang on when we want to. Like it.
And you're absolutely right. Because the challenge to Doug this offseason was we're going to fire Mike Groh because that's who's supposed to be the issues with the offense is the offensive coordinator. We're going to fire Mike Groh, and we're going to bring in some collective talent to help you build your playbook out to be more expansive than a 12 personnel offense. But you're going to be the play caller, and there's not going to be an offensive coordinator.
Hey, where did Mike Groh go?
And they got worse. They went to Indianapolis.
Yeah, and how are they doing?
Yeah, they're doing just pretty well with a washed quarterback. Okay. With a completely washed quarterback.
A rookie receiver, Michael Pittman. He's progressed just fine. Yeah,
and T.Y. Hilton has looked awful this season, and that offense is still getting it done. Jonathan Taylor's been inconsistent. Like, it's not that I'm like sitting here praising Frank Reich or praising Mike Groh. It's the fact that you have to finally realize Doug is a dud. Like, a dud is a dud.
It was, and we all got mad. We all need to eat some krill. We got upset when Michael Lombardi came out and said that Doug was bad. I overrated Doug Peterson. I was ready to throw hands. Like, no way.
I absolutely overrated Doug Peterson. Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, there was a debate, him or McVay, and like now look where McVay is compared to him. I mean, Doug is. I think it's wild.
Doug just showed us that he can be a good head coach in this league if it's a collective effort. If it's not a collective effort and you're leaning on me to lead the charge by myself, good luck, because we're going to not be good.
I think it's wild that people are insinuating that he will immediately have a job. I just don't find that to be true. There's a chance. Yeah. I don't know if people are going to be just like trying to hire Doug Peterson at some crazy rate. But then again, people hire Adam Gase.
I think Joe Douglas. I think Joe Douglas would hire Doug Peterson. I think Houston might.
I don't see Houston. I don't see Houston at all.
I don't either. I think
going to Houston. Yeah, Bonnie even makes sense for Houston. But anyways, enough of that. Giovanni. JC's asking a question. I agree with him too. I want to hear. I think your thoughts on Doug Peterson are that you want to take his job, but go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely want to take his job, but and this is a completely unbiased opinion from someone who wants to take his job, but I don't think that he's been doing very good this year, and I think that he is out after this season. Just because of the decisions he's made, if it's not using the run game or putting Alshon Jeffrey instead of Travis Fulgham, like some of the things he's doing is just so bizarre.
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. I mean, I've seen you play Madden up close. And you definitely call plays better than you have a better feel for your offense than Doug Peterson does for sure. So I definitely would take Giovanni as head coach of Doug Peterson at this point. Anyways, let's get into our Manscaped MVPs. I want to hear them. I didn't make any graphics this week because I'm completely lazy. Work has crushed me this week. So instead of throwing up a picture on the screen, we're just going to flat out say who we think our Manscaped MVPs are going to be. I'll start it off. And who I think it's going to be. And I will say, I believe my Manscaped MVP of this game will be Jordan Mailata. I think Jordan Mailata will step up this day and keep the left side of the pocket clean for Jalen Hurts to get at least the run game going and Jalen to start going to throwing on the left side of the football. I think he's going to get his blind side protected today. I believe in Jordan Mailata. I think Jordan Mailata is going to step up and have a big game today. Let's go with Tyler next.
Ooh, I'm not ready. We will go with somebody on defense, and we're gonna rock with Gio. Who's yours? Are you going Alex Singleton, or what are you doing?
No, I'm saving it.
Giovanni's last because he told me who it was going to be, and I was like, dude, we need to save this for last, and you need to like give us like a 10-minute speech on why he is.
I'm gonna go Brandon Graham, my guy. I think he has a game today against Taysom Hill. Somebody on the defensive line is going to have a game.
Somebody's going to eat. I think Javon Hargrave is going to have a great game today. I just want to throw that out there. I think Javon Hargrave is going to eat today. All right, Dakota, Manscaped MVP. Let's go.
All right, so I'm probably going to go a whole unit. I'm going to say Dave Phipp in the special teams. We got our first punt return TD in a long time. My first article was our special teams needs to step up. They've been lackluster for the past few seasons. I want to see some exciting special teams on kick returns and punt returns again.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I like that. Came with the sauce. All right, Nick. What's up, man? Who's it going to be, man? Pick Zach for once. Come on, man.
I'm going to go with Dallas. No, I'm just playing. I'll go with Zach on this one for today. As a young quarterback's best friend, the tight end. So Zach's obviously he only played like the first drive against the Packers and barely came back in. So I know he's feeling a lot better. So hopefully he'll get more, across the middle.
That hurts the Ertz connection. I'm ready for it, man.
Yeah. No, it'll That's my pick. That's my pick. Because I'm a little biased on that one, but I hope that that he gets involved a little bit more this week. He's open. I tell you that much. I've seen him plenty of times. The guy is open. It's not. I know people want to look at maybe he's regressed. I mean, will he ever have 117 catches again? I mean, it's a record for a reason. It's not very easy to do again. But do I think that he's fallen off a cliff? No. I think this is I think he will be fine. And, maybe today will be the game where he has one of those good old Ertz games, 9 for 90 and a touchdown, something like that.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
He and Malcolm know each other well, so hopefully he and Malcolm can enjoy each other.
My mental health needs these last 4 games of Zach Ertz to be great. Yeah. I need it. Because if this is it for him, I don't want it to be on a high note, not this note. I don't want this to continue. I need to ride Zach Ertz. I need Doug Peterson to say, that's my guy. I got hired to run my offense through him. If I'm going to be fired like I'm supposed to be, I'm just going to stick to what I know and ride my offense through Zach Ertz with Jalen Hurts for the rest of the season. I completely agree. So, Giovanni, save the best for last, baby. Let's rock.
I picked Jalen Hurts because he's our QB this week, and I think he can do some good things. I'm really excited to see him run with the ball because his legs, he has really good legs, as we've seen in the past. And I'm really excited to see just a game without this flip-flop quarterback nonsense. It annoyed me so much before, and I hope that Doug doesn't do that with Wentz and Hurts this game. I hope he just sticks with Hurts.
Dude, if he does that this game, I'm going to demand that he gets fired the minute they go into the half. Like, take his headset off, give it to Deuce, give it to Jeff Stoutland, get him out of there. I'm not doing that with the Hurts and Wentz thing. That's ridiculous. No, I'm good with that. I love it. And I think you raised a great point there that they're not going to do that, though, anymore. That's going to be a one quarterback game. And it was annoying. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. It was exactly like the Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick Wildcat stuff. It just didn't work. Even McNabb and Vick seemed more successful than what Wentz and Hurts were this season. Doug Peterson couldn't handle it. I want to see him dumb it down and just let Jalen Hurts be Jalen Hurts. Just let Jalen Hurts be Jalen Hurts and what he's used to doing, and evaluate what you have in the quarterback for the final 4 games, and let Zach Ertz go off. Let Zach Ertz go off. I need it, man. I want to see it because if it is it for him, then I want to go out on a high note. Like I said, I want to see Zach Ertz run off the sunset with the Philadelphia Eagles one more time.
I agree. I agree, but I will say my last point of all this is, isn't it so annoying that when we talk about dummying it down, it's like, well, coaches dummy it down for rookies and they dummy it down for Drew Brees when they're 41. Like, they make things easier. So now we're talking about, let's make it easier for Jalen. It's like, why didn't we just make it easier for the guy who we drafted second overall and gave 135 guaranteed to, or 107 guaranteed to? Like, I just don't understand why we have to have. I'm agreeing with you guys, by the way. It's just like all this, like, dummy it down. It's like, no, you should do. Even if you're 27 or 22, you should be doing this for every quarterback in the league. That's how you run a successful offense, by making it easier, regardless if you're 40 years old or 25. It's crazy to me.
And the fact that
do you think, Nick? Do you think from knowing, like, having a brother on the team and everything like that, do you think that the Eagles hold Carson Wentz to a higher standard than anyone on the team?
I mean, you kind of do, right, naturally, just because the ball's in their hands more than any other person throughout the game. But it's cool. I mean, it's cool to see all these guys come and back him, to be completely honest, because I feel like that narrative never really got defended when people were talking about him like a year or two ago. This time around, everyone was really like coming out and speaking the truth of how they felt about this whole entire switch. But I mean, you can kind of say that they might hold him to a higher standard and are expecting him to, like, be 2017 version where he was running around and his pocket presence was literally probably the best I've ever seen in my years of watching football. That part is a little interesting, but I don't know. I think I probably put 85% of Carson's play this year not on him. Like, that's how many issues I see. I mean, people like talking about pocket presence. I get it. There's some flaws that were never there, but sometimes he also has like a half a second to throw the ball before someone's in his face. It's like, after an ACL, after a back injury, and after getting hit. I mean, it's the Andrew Luck 2.0 version we have this year. So it's hard to judge off of what he's been given. I mean, I think he's going to be fantastic, to be honest. By the time we're all, when he's 40, I think we're all going to be like, damn, that was a weird year. That's just how I feel.
Agreed. Ooh, appreciate that, Damon. That's some love right there, man. That's what I like to hear, man. All right, guys. So let's do some score predictions real quick, and then we'll call it a day. It was a great pregame show. We went for 47 minutes. I can't believe it, man. We're just sitting back talking birds. I love it. That's what we do. We literally do this all the time. Even when we're off air, we're sitting in a group chat just talking birds. This is what we do.
Yeah.
I love it that you guys are tuning in with us and loving it too. So my score prediction is whatever happens, I'm good with it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man.
I'm not confident picking this team, man. But
I'm not confident picking this team at all. I want the Eagles to win because, look, I mean, I understand everybody's thing for draft.
24-21 birds.
Really get it. Ooh.
You got to rock with it.
I think it'll be a closer game than people expect. Now, I said that last week too, so I don't really know how much that opinion's valued, but oh god, dude, I think it's gonna be 21-17 Saints.
Boo this man.
Yeah, I know. That's I don't like it, man. I want to pick the Eagles. I want Jalen Hurts to come out and just make everybody Philly shut up. Like, I would love it. I would love it. Like, you guys want me to do that? All right, I'm going to go stun on you real quick. I would love that. But this Saints defense and this Saints team is really good. It's really good team.
17 Saints. Sorry, guys. Not
Boo this man.
Boo!
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Oh, man.
I'm just very with Slay hobbled and Thomas. And if Slay struggles again, Eagles fans do not attack this man on social media. He's a warrior for even going out there. He shouldn't be out there this week.
Oh, absolutely. People, and you already know there's going to be irrational fans who are like, we're betting you wins for this. Like, that's going to be like half the tweets out there to have to post on social media real quick. But, I mean, can you blame the guy? Come on, man. This offense is disgustingly bad. This O-line is disgustingly not productive. It's the 12th different unit this season. Like, the kid has the card stacked against him in his final 4 games when a fake offseason, because it was a completely fake offseason full of COVID. Like, don't kill the kid. If you're not going to kill Nick Foles for how he looked in 2012, when I mean you were just basically asking him to do whatever he could possibly do with this lost season, do not kill Jalen Hurts then.
Mhm.
Seriously, don't.
Foles also looked ridiculous in that Raiders game in 2017 on Christmas. Like, remember we had the
man.
Giants
He
game
was
where
awful.
the Giants were up like, I don't know, 17-0, and we're all like, oh crap, it was the defense that's lacking, and then they ended up coming back with that crazy Aguilar touchdown at the end, not at the end, but in the fourth quarter, where he like dunked on some dude in the
He
end zone.
dunked on him. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the game
Man,
after,
good times.
yeah, in the game after, Marshawn Lynch had like 2 fumbles. It was wild. But anyway, Nick Foles wasn't that beautiful. Even in the Falcons game, wasn't that beautiful. But I think the only way the Birds win is if it's 14-10. So I'll go with the Birds 14-10. I mean, that's the only way.
Okay.
Ooh,
I
The
was
only
thinking
way-
like to boo you.
I think Jalen Hurts
All right.
surprises some people today. I do.
I think he does too.
I do.
I definitely do believe he does too. I definitely believe that as well. I completely agree. All right, Giovanni, what's up, man? I know we're not going to boo you.
No, you're not. I got 10-7 Bridgeland.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh no, dude, that is going to be a game.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. I'm like, wow, the defense really stepped up this year. So that's another thing that I actually have that I can't really answer myself, and I always like go back and forth between it. This team really loves Jim Schwartz. This High Rosen loves Jim Schwartz. Jeffrey Lurie, they respect Jim Schwartz so much. I wonder if there's a scenario where he comes back as defensive coordinator, especially if something like that happens with these final couple games are Jim Schwartz job resume as well too. Like he's playing for his defensive coordinator career as well. If they continue to play as well they've been playing and the offense is what looks bad, I wonder if they're like, you know what? We picked Jim Schwartz for Doug Peterson anyways when we first hired Doug Peterson. Let's pick Jim Schwartz again for this new head coach. I wonder if that's a possibility. I know.
No.
I don't think you should do that, but I wonder if they would do that.
I hope
And
not.
I don't think it would be
Everybody's
his
saying no.
fault. I don't think it would be his fault. Like, I just think you have to clean house. Like, I genuinely don't think he should not be a coach in the NFL.
You have to clean house. Right.
But I think
agree.
You should just get rid of them all. Like, I mean, he gets tough. He's got a tough. I mean, what was the last linebacker that we looked? I mean, he's not like he's been decent.
He can't develop corners either.
No, he can't develop corners at all. He plays way too far off coverage.
It's really hard. It's really hard. They play so much man that like it's so hard to just put a young corner into this scheme. It's just so difficult. But I think Schwartz is a dang good coach though. Like I think there is a place for him.
he would get a job. I think he would get a job for sure. I definitely think he would get a job, but I think you clean house for sure. All right, guys. That does it for us for our pregame show. I'm playing on DraftKings the Eagles defense because it's 2,200 this week against Taysom Hill. That's my player of the week because I don't know what this offense is going to look like at all. So don't ask me what to pick for offense. I'm playing the Eagles defense and special teams this week for 2,200 on DraftKings. That's my pick. Go to tkng.co/brawlpod for your chance to enter and get a free entry courtesy of the Eagles Brawl of the Brawl Network every week. Minimum deposit's $5. Also go to manscaped.com. Use promo code BRAWL. Get 20% off your order plus free shipping. Again, don't lose your balls like Doug Peterson did. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code BRAWL and get your Christmas gift for the loved ones you got today. Go Birds, baby.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Birds.
See ya.